What if I told you the secret to better, longer-lasting, toe-curling intimacy isn't found in a pill, but in the way you move your body every day? Most people have no idea how their hips, core, and breath control are silently shaping their love life. In the next few minutes, you'll uncover simple, powerful moves to awaken your body's natural desires. Ready to feel what your body was built for? Let's begin. There's a quiet truth about the human body, one that's rarely spoken in polite company and often overlooked even in the places we seek answers most, in books. In doctors' offices, even in the mirror. It's the understanding that everything in our physical world is connected, that no movement is meaningless, and no neglected muscle group goes without consequence. We live inside machines far more complex than the most advanced automobile, and yet we treat them like they're disposable. We sit too long, we breathe too shallowly, we eat without thought and move without awareness, if we move at all. But the consequences of this careless relationship with our own bodies don't only show up in the form of stiff backs, extra weight, or fading stamina. They also appear, quietly and without warning, in the bedroom. It starts subtly. A little less energy, a hesitation, a discomfort you can't quite name. The spark you once felt, dulled by invisible forces you couldn't name even if you tried. And while modern advertising and glossy magazine headlines would have you believe that the solution to these troubles lies in a bottle or an expensive prescription, the truth is older than civilization itself. The body was built to move. And not just in the ways you might imagine, not simply in the rhythmic repetition of a gym workout or the isolated strain of a weight machine. The body was designed for natural, functional movement. Bending, twisting, thrusting, stabilizing. The graceful, instinctive actions that once allowed our ancestors to chase, climb, carry, and yes, to love with abandon. But we've traded those primal, essential movements for stiff chairs, flat screens, and artificial comforts that keep us from experiencing the fullness of what our bodies were meant to feel. This is the story of how reclaiming those natural movements, through what today we call functional fitness, can reignite not just your physical health, but your sexual vitality as well. It's a story of rediscovering the connection between strength and passion, between movement and pleasure. Of understanding that your hips, your core, your breath, and your stamina are the silent architects of your most intimate experiences. It begins with a simple truth: the way you move in life shapes the way you move in love. For too long, the conversation around fitness and sexuality has been compartmentalized. Sexual health is treated as a medical issue, or worse, a matter of vanity, something to be managed with medication or to be flaunted in magazine covers. But the ancient wisdom of the body tells us something else. That our sexual expression is not separate from our physicality, but born from it. That the same muscles that power a run through the woods or a climb up a hill also drive the passion behind closed doors. In the earliest human cultures, strength and sexual virility were inseparable. The body was seen as a vessel of sacred energy, its vitality both a source of survival and seduction. There were no separate routines for fitness and intimacy, every movement in daily life prepared the body for both. The very act of living, hunting, gathering, climbing, carrying, was a functional workout, and the rewards were felt not just in the hunt, but in the warmth of shared skin beneath the stars. Today, we must be more intentional. The modern world does not demand we climb trees for fruit or chase down our dinner, but the movements that shaped our ancestors' bodies are still coded in our DNA. When we ignore them, we lose not just our strength but our sensuality. When we embrace them, we tap into a wellspring of stamina, confidence, and desire we thought had long since faded. It starts with awareness. Awareness of how you move, how you breathe, how you carry yourself. Awareness of the parts of your body you've neglected, and how their weakness has quietly reshaped the way you experience pleasure. The hips that tighten after too many hours in a chair. The shoulders that round from staring at a screen. The lungs that rarely expand to their full capacity. The core that's lost its natural strength. These are not trivial details, they are the foundations of your intimate vitality. Consider the core, for instance, not just the muscles of the abdomen, but the entire region surrounding your pelvis and lower back. This is the center of your body's power, the command center for nearly every movement you make in both life and love. A strong, supple core supports better posture, smoother movement, and deeper, more controlled breathing. It allows you to maintain positions with ease, to move with grace and purpose, to endure and to recover. The hips, too, are silent arbiters of your physical and sexual health. They control the range of motion in your lower body, the fluidity of your movements, the ease with which you can embrace, thrust, or reposition. Tight hips are not just a minor discomfort, they are a barrier to pleasure, a restriction of possibility. They limit your body's ability to move freely and to fully express itself in moments of passion. Then there is stamina, not merely the ability to endure, but the power to remain fully present, fully engaged, fully alive in your body for as long as the moment demands. Good cardio health improves blood flow, increases sensitivity, and ensures that you are as strong in the final moments as you were at the start. It makes intimacy not a sprint, but a dance, one where you lead and follow without fatigue. But perhaps most overlooked is the pelvic floor, that hidden network of muscles supporting your sexual organs, controlling blood flow, arousal, and release. Weak pelvic floor muscles can dull sensation, reduce control, and limit pleasure. Strengthening them returns what time and neglect have stolen: sensitivity, confidence, and intensity. Functional fitness addresses these forgotten corners of the body. It's not about sculpting muscles for appearance, though aesthetic changes often follow. It's about reclaiming the movements your body was built for. Movements that make life easier, and love better. Picture a man standing barefoot on grass, moving through a series of slow, deliberate lunges. His breath steady, his hips low, his gaze fixed on the horizon. This is not vanity-driven exercise. It's a ritual. A return to something ancient, something his body remembers even if his mind does not. Or a woman rolling her hips in wide, sweeping circles, her spine loose, her breath deep and rhythmic. She's not posing for a camera. She's reclaiming her range of motion, her freedom of movement, her sensual power. This is the essence of functional fitness, training movements, not muscles. Preparing the body for life's natural demands. And nowhere are those demands more rewarding than in the shared, breathless moments of intimacy. The good news is you don't need hours in a gym or expensive equipment. Functional fitness can be practiced anywhere, in a living room, on a beach, in a quiet corner of a park. It requires only a willingness to move, to listen to your body, and to remember the movements that once came naturally. Start with your breath. Deep, controlled inhalations through the nose, slow releases through the mouth. Let your breath fill your belly, expand your ribs, awaken the corners of your lungs that have long gone unused. This breath is your foundation. It calms the nervous system, improves stamina, and increases blood flow. In moments of intimacy, it quiets anxiety and deepens sensation. Then turn your attention to your posture. Stand tall. Feel the ground beneath your feet. Draw your shoulders back, open your chest, and let your head rise as if lifted by an unseen thread. Good posture is more than aesthetics, it's the framework that allows your body to move fluidly and without pain. It makes you look and feel confident, a trait more attractive than any expensive cologne. From here, explore your hips. Circle them, stretch them, lunge deeply to awaken the muscles and ligaments long stiffened by modern life. The hips are your gateway to better intimacy. When they move well, you move well. When they tighten, you lose not just range of motion, but a channel of energy that fuels desire. Strengthen your core not through endless crunches, but through movements that engage multiple muscles at once. Planks, bird dogs, dead bugs, exercises that stabilize, that teach control. That prepare you to hold positions, support your partner's weight, or adjust smoothly in the heat of passion. Build your stamina with bodyweight circuits, push-ups, squats, lunges, and mountain climbers. Exercises done in quick succession, with little rest, to mimic the demands of real life. These movements improve cardiovascular health, enhance endurance, and flood the body with endorphins, the natural pleasure chemicals that make every moment feel richer. And never neglect your balance. Stability is often taken for granted until it's lost. Functional movements that challenge your balance, single-leg deadlifts, stability ball exercises, even Tai Chi, improve coordination, reduce the risk of injury, and prepare you for the playful, unpredictable nature of intimacy. Finally, tend to your pelvic floor. Perform Kegel exercises, both seated and standing. Incorporate bridges, yoga poses, and mindful contractions. These muscles, though hidden, are central to your sexual health. Strengthening them improves control, sensation, and the intensity of release. As these practices become part of your routine, you'll notice subtle changes. Movements once difficult will feel natural. Breath once shallow will grow deep and steady. Intimacy, once burdened by fatigue or discomfort, will become playful, effortless, and infinitely more pleasurable. This is not a new discovery, but a return to an ancient truth. That the body and its desires are inseparable, that movement is the language of passion. And that a body well used is a body well loved. And so, dear listener, as the days pass and you feel the weight of modern life pulling you toward stillness, remember this simple wisdom: move often, move well, and move with intention. In doing so, you reclaim not just your health, but your joy. As you begin to move with greater awareness, you'll start to notice that your body speaks to you in a language most have long since forgotten. A tightness in the hips is not just a stiffness from inactivity. It's your body's way of reminding you that you were never meant to sit for hours, motionless and disengaged from your physicality. A shallow breath is not merely a symptom of stress, but a reflection of disconnection, from yourself, from your surroundings, from the very life force that animates you. And in those private moments, where vulnerability and pleasure intertwine, these neglects of the body reveal themselves most clearly. The subtle strain in a lower back when holding a partner close. The fatigue that comes too soon, the breath that grows ragged not with passion but with exhaustion. These moments are not inevitable signs of age, but evidence of a body untrained in the movements it was designed to perform. The good news, the beautiful, invigorating truth, is that reclaiming these abilities is neither difficult nor complicated. It does not require the body of a 20-year-old or the endurance of a marathon runner. It requires only attention, a willingness to listen, and a daily ritual of movement rooted in the wisdom of functional fitness. It begins with understanding that the body is not a collection of isolated parts, but a seamless, integrated system. The strength of your legs affects the stability of your core. The flexibility of your hips influences the ease of your shoulders. The stamina of your lungs dictates the rhythm of your heart, and together, these elements create the experience of physical intimacy. Take, for example, the simple act of a deep squat. To the untrained eye, it's an exercise like any other. But to the body, it's a return to a primal, essential movement. The hips open, the knees track over the toes, the spine remains tall, the core engages to protect the lower back, and the heels root firmly into the earth. This movement strengthens the glutes, among the most powerful muscles in the body, stabilizes the pelvis, and improves blood flow to the lower regions. It increases flexibility and mobility in the hips, essential for both athleticism and intimacy. And when done mindfully, with controlled breath and deliberate motion, it becomes a meditation on the body's natural rhythms. Consider too the lunge, that timeless movement pattern mimicking the stride of a predator or the crouch of a gatherer. Each lunge opens the hips, stretches the hip flexors, strengthens the quads and hamstrings, and challenges the core's ability to stabilize. In the context of intimacy, this translates to greater stamina, more dynamic range of motion, and improved balance. It allows you to move with confidence, to shift positions with ease, and to sustain passion without discomfort. The plank, though deceptively simple in appearance, is a cornerstone of functional strength. It trains the deep stabilizing muscles of the core, shoulders, and pelvis. These are the muscles that hold you steady in moments of closeness, that allow you to maintain posture, to endure and to guide without strain. A body with a strong, engaged core moves more gracefully, breathes more easily, and recovers more swiftly. And then there is breath, the overlooked, yet most vital of movements. In functional fitness, breath is not an afterthought but the foundation upon which all movement is built. Deep, diaphragmatic breathing calms the nervous system, increases oxygenation, and enhances endurance. In moments of intimacy, it quiets the anxious mind, deepens sensation, and prolongs pleasure. Breathing is the invisible thread that connects body to mind, movement to meaning. As these foundational movements become part of your daily ritual, you'll find that your awareness begins to shift. You'll notice the way your hips move when you walk, how your breath rises and falls with your steps, how your posture affects your mood, and how your physical presence changes a room. This awareness is not vanity, it's vitality. It's the body remembering what it once knew. In the privacy of your own space, away from the judgments of mirrors or strangers' eyes, begin to explore these movements. Start small. A few deep squats upon waking. A gentle lunge while brushing your teeth. A plank held for the duration of a favorite song. Let these movements become rituals, moments of quiet connection between you and your body. They need not be perfect. They need only be present. In time, you'll feel the change. The hips will loosen. The breath will deepen. The core will firm. Movements that once felt awkward or strained will become natural, effortless, and even pleasurable. And when the time comes for passion, when skin meets skin and breath quickens, you'll find yourself moving with a confidence you thought lost to time. Because functional fitness is not about how you look in a swimsuit or the number of plates you can lift in a gym. It's about how your body supports the life you wish to live. It's about lifting a partner effortlessly, sustaining closeness without fatigue, and exploring intimacy without limits. It's about reclaiming a birthright long neglected by a modern world too content with stillness. And so, each morning, let your first movements be deliberate. Rise from your bed and stretch tall, as if greeting a sun you cannot yet see. Roll your shoulders back, circle your hips, and plant your feet firmly upon the earth. Take a breath, deep, full, unapologetic. This is the beginning of your return. Incorporate squats, lunges, planks, and stretches into your days not as chores, but as acts of self-respect. Acknowledge the small victories, the extra second held in a plank, the deeper stretch in a squat, the fuller breath before sleep. These moments, seemingly insignificant, are the currency of transformation. Over time, add variety. Let your movements mimic the unpredictability of life and love. Jump, twist, balance, reach, carry, play, chase. These are the actions your body remembers, and in remembering, it reclaims its strength. You'll discover new pleasures in the simplest of acts. The strength to lift your lover without strain. The flexibility to move freely in passion. The stamina to remain fully present, body and mind, for as long as desire demands. And in these moments, you'll feel not just younger, but ageless, connected to a lineage of bodies that moved, loved, and lived long before modern comforts made us soft. This is the forgotten inheritance of your muscles and bones. The gift of a body made for movement, made for passion, made for connection. And every stretch, every breath, every deliberate motion is a step closer to reclaiming it. In the chapters ahead, we'll explore specific rituals, ancient movements adapted for the modern body. Movements designed to awaken the hips, strengthen the core, deepen the breath, and reclaim stamina you feared was gone. We'll look at simple, powerful practices you can integrate into your mornings, your evenings, and even the minutes before intimacy itself. We'll rediscover the link between play and passion. The way spontaneous, joyful movement reignites not just the body's strength, but its capacity for pleasure. And we'll unravel the science behind why these movements matter, how improved blood flow, hormone regulation, and nervous system balance contribute to more fulfilling, exhilarating intimate experiences. For now, let this truth settle in your bones: you are not broken. You are not past your prime. You have not lost your capacity for vitality. It has only been waiting, patiently, quietly, for you to return. And you will. One breath, one stretch, one deliberate step at a time. In the quiet moments before dawn, when the world is still and your mind drifts between dreams and wakefulness, there lies an opportunity, a chance to begin anew, to nurture your body, and to prepare it for the passions of the day ahead. It is in these moments that the seeds of vitality are sown, through movements so simple they often go unnoticed, yet so profound they ripple through every facet of your life. Imagine standing barefoot on cool morning grass, the earth firm beneath your feet. Your body is a vessel, ancient and wise, responding to the gentle encouragement of movement. You lift your arms slowly overhead, reaching toward the sky as if to touch the very sun, and breathe deeply. This is more than a stretch, it is a silent conversation between you and your body, a reminder that life flows in your limbs, in your breath, in your heart. As your hands descend and your hips sway in a wide, circular motion, you awaken muscles long held captive by sedentary habits. The hips, those great gates of motion and pleasure, begin to loosen and open. In this simple act, you reclaim freedom, freedom of movement. Freedom of sensation, freedom of being. From here, the body begins its warm-up, gentle lunges forward and back, engaging the powerful muscles of the legs and hips. The breath deepens, becoming a steady rhythm, a drumbeat to which the body moves. The core muscles engage, stabilizing the spine, drawing the pelvis into alignment. Every movement is a step toward strength, agility, and grace. This morning ritual, though brief, becomes a sacred practice, a declaration that you will honor your body's needs and prepare it to move with confidence and joy. It is this foundation upon which your sexual health is built. For sexual vitality is not an isolated event. It is the culmination of countless small moments, breaths taken fully, muscles stretched and strengthened, stamina nurtured through consistent effort. The body's capacity to give and receive pleasure is intricately tied to its overall health and function. Consider the power of the pelvic floor muscles. Hidden from sight, these muscles form a hammock that supports the organs of the pelvis. When strong and responsive, they enhance sensation, improve control, and intensify orgasms. When neglected, they weaken, leading to challenges such as reduced sensitivity, incontinence, or difficulty achieving climax. Functional fitness embraces the pelvic floor, incorporating exercises that strengthen this vital group. Kegel exercises, often misunderstood or dismissed, become an essential part of daily life. Brief contractions held and released with intention, performed while sitting, standing, or lying down. These small actions, repeated consistently, bring profound change. Beyond the pelvic floor, the breath plays a starring role in your intimate vitality. Breath is the thread weaving together the nervous system, the heart, and the muscles, guiding the body through moments of tension and release. Learning to breathe deeply and consciously enhances endurance, calms anxiety, and deepens sensation. Try this, inhale slowly through your nose, allowing your belly to expand fully. Hold for a moment. Exhale gently through parted lips, releasing tension and inviting relaxation. This breath, practiced daily, prepares your body not only for exercise but for the heightened awareness needed during intimacy. Balance and stability are often overlooked gifts of functional fitness. The ability to support your own weight, to adjust and adapt to shifting positions without strain, is fundamental to pleasure. Exercises like single-leg stands, slow controlled lunges, or balance-focused yoga poses build this capacity. They strengthen the small, stabilizing muscles often ignored in traditional workouts but essential for graceful, confident movement. Cardiovascular health too deserves its place in this narrative. Blood flow is life's river, carrying oxygen and nutrients to every cell, awakening sensitivity and fueling desire. Engaging in activities that raise the heart rate, whether brisk walks, swimming, dancing, or playful circuits of bodyweight exercises, improves circulation, endurance, and mood. These activities, though seemingly ordinary, have extraordinary effects on sexual vitality. Strength is another pillar. Not just brute force, but functional strength, the kind that lets you lift, hold, and move with ease and control. Strong glutes, hamstrings, and lower back muscles contribute to powerful, controlled movements in the bedroom. Functional exercises like bridges, hip thrusts, and Romanian deadlifts build this strength while enhancing posture and reducing injury risk. Flexibility, the ability to move freely through a full range of motion, cannot be overstated. It is the difference between stiffness and fluidity, between discomfort and ease. Daily stretching, focusing on the hips, lower back, chest, and shoulders, opens the body and invites comfort into every movement. These stretches also encourage better circulation and reduce muscle tension, paving the way for more enjoyable intimate encounters. But perhaps the most transformative element of functional fitness is the mind-body connection. Movement practiced with awareness is a meditation in motion. It teaches patience, presence, and self-compassion. Through mindful exercise, you learn to listen to your body's whispers before they become shouts, to recognize the signs of fatigue or tension, and to respond with care rather than judgment. This awareness spills over into intimacy itself. Being present with your partner, feeling your own body's responses, and moving with intention rather than habit deepen connection and amplify pleasure. Functional fitness, in this light, becomes not just preparation, but part of the dance of intimacy. Let us not forget play. The spontaneity and joy of playful movement, chasing, lifting, twisting, reconnects us with the exuberance of youth. Play dissolves stress, ignites creativity, and stirs desire. Incorporating moments of play into your fitness routine revitalizes not just the body, but the spirit. Imagine a couple laughing as they practice gentle partner stretches, or two friends engaging in a lighthearted game of tag. These moments, infused with movement and connection, remind us that vitality is holistic, a blend of physical, emotional, and social well-being. As you embark on this journey, remember that progress is not measured solely by milestones or repetitions, but by the subtle shifts in how you feel. The extra breath you take before sleep. The ease with which you rise from a chair. The confidence in your stride. These are victories worthy of celebration. In embracing functional fitness for sexual health, you honor the wisdom of your body and the desires of your heart. You step into a tradition that spans centuries, cultures, and the very essence of human experience. So breathe deeply, move deliberately, and listen closely. Your body's vitality awaits. As the days turn into weeks and the weeks into months, you'll begin to notice a transformation, not just in your body, but in the very way you inhabit your own skin. Functional fitness does more than build muscle or increase flexibility. It rewires the connection between mind and body, inviting a harmony that echoes into every facet of your life. The movements that once felt foreign now feel like an old friend greeting you warmly after a long absence. Your hips loosen with newfound ease, your breath deepens naturally, and the core of your body becomes a steadfast pillar supporting both physical endeavors and moments of intimate connection. This renewed strength and flexibility invite you to explore your sensuality without fear or hesitation. You find yourself able to move confidently, sustaining energy where before fatigue would have crept in, balancing effortlessly in positions once awkward or painful. The embarrassment of struggling in moments of passion fades, replaced by a quiet confidence born of preparation and self-awareness. Imagine the freedom in this transformation, the ability to move with grace and power, to fully enjoy the nuances of touch, to respond instinctively to desire. This is not a fantasy but a reality within reach when you embrace your body's natural design through functional fitness. The core, that nexus of strength and control, becomes your ally. It supports your posture, stabilizes your movements, and anchors your breath. When the core is strong, every action, from a simple caress to a powerful thrust, feels grounded and deliberate. You no longer worry about aches or strains, your body moves fluidly, responding with precision. The hips, often neglected in daily life, reveal their importance anew. With increased mobility, they become a gateway to greater pleasure. Open hips allow for a wider range of motion and more comfortable positions, enriching your intimate experiences. The tightness and stiffness that once limited you dissolve, replaced by suppleness and freedom. Breathwork, practiced daily, becomes second nature. You learn to harness your breath, using it to calm nerves, sustain effort, and heighten sensation. In moments of intimacy, your breath guides you through waves of pleasure and connection, deepening your experience beyond the physical into the realm of the emotional and spiritual. Balance and stability, nurtured through mindful movement, allow you to trust your body fully. You move without fear of falling or faltering, embodying strength that is as graceful as it is powerful. This trust expands into your relationships, fostering openness and vulnerability, cornerstones of deep connection. Pelvic floor training, integrated seamlessly into your routine, restores control and sensation. You feel empowered by the strength of these often forgotten muscles, experiencing greater intensity and confidence. Whether you are alone or with a partner, this awareness transforms your sexual health into a source of pride and joy. Cardiovascular fitness, cultivated through enjoyable activities, infuses your body with energy. Your heart beats strongly, your circulation flows freely, and your endurance increases. Sex becomes not a moment of exhaustion but a celebration of vitality, where passion can be sustained and explored without limits. Flexibility, the gentle stretching of muscles and tendons, invites comfort and ease. You move freely, without pain or restriction, embracing the full range of motion your body was designed for. This flexibility extends beyond the physical, opening pathways to emotional openness and receptivity. Perhaps most importantly, the practice of functional fitness teaches you to listen, truly listen, to your body's signals. You become attuned to subtle shifts, aware of tension before it becomes discomfort, mindful of breath before it shortens. This awareness is the foundation of self-care, enabling you to respond with kindness and attention rather than judgment. As your body and mind align, your sexual health flourishes. You find yourself more present in intimate moments, more connected to your desires, and more open to the pleasures of touch and closeness. Performance anxiety fades, replaced by a calm confidence rooted in preparation and self-respect. This journey is not about perfection or rigid routines, it is about embracing your body's natural rhythms, honoring its needs, and nurturing its strengths. It is about moving with intention and joy, rediscovering the pleasure of physicality in all its forms. So continue to breathe deeply, stretch widely, and move deliberately. Let each movement be a celebration of life and love, a tribute to the body that carries you through every day and every night. Remember, your sexual vitality is not a fleeting gift but a lifelong companion, nourished by the care you give your body and the attention you pay to its whispers and desires. Embrace this truth, and let it guide you toward a richer, fuller experience of intimacy, one where your body is not a barrier but a gateway to pleasure, connection, and joy. As your journey through functional fitness and sexual health draws to a close, pause for a moment to reflect on the profound connection you've begun to cultivate with your body, your breath, and your deepest desires. This is not a destination, but a continuous unfolding, a lifelong dance between movement and pleasure, strength and vulnerability. Each step you take toward greater awareness, each deliberate stretch and steady breath, weaves together the fabric of your vitality. Your body, once forgotten or misunderstood, now sings in harmony with your intentions. You've learned that strength is not merely physical, but a quiet confidence that radiates from within, inviting connection and joy. You've discovered that flexibility opens more than joints, it opens hearts and minds, allowing for playfulness, curiosity, and intimacy to flourish. You've felt the steady beat of your heart as it carries life's energy to every cell, igniting desire and sustaining passion. Most importantly, you've embraced the truth that your sexual health is not separate from your overall well-being. It is intertwined with the way you move, breathe, and care for yourself. This holistic approach transcends quick fixes and promises, offering instead a path grounded in respect, patience, and love. Remember, the movements you've learned are tools, simple, accessible, and profoundly effective. They are invitations to reconnect with your body's natural design, to reclaim the pleasure and confidence that are your birthright. These movements are not confined to the gym or the yoga mat, they live within your daily life, in the way you stand, walk, reach, and yes, in the way you love. As you continue, cultivate a sense of playfulness. Laugh with your body as it learns and grows. Celebrate the small victories, the deeper breath, the longer hold. The smoother movement. These moments are the true measure of your progress. Know that every day offers a new opportunity to nurture this connection. Whether it's a few minutes of stretching at dawn, a mindful walk in the afternoon, or a quiet breath before sleep, these practices enrich your body and soul. They prepare you not just for moments of intimacy, but for a life lived fully and joyfully. So go forward with confidence. Trust in your body's wisdom. Let movement be your guide and breath your companion. In doing so, you create a foundation not only for better sexual health but for a vibrant, engaged life. Your body is capable of incredible things: strength, endurance, pleasure, and connection. It holds the power to transform not just your intimate moments, but the very way you experience the world. Thank you for embarking on this journey of discovery, for honoring your body, and for embracing the beautiful dance of movement and desire. May your path be filled with vitality, passion, and the endless joy of being fully alive. Thank you for joining me on this journey of rediscovering your body's natural strength and vitality. Remember, true sexual health grows from mindful movement, deep breath, and the joy of functional fitness, all accessible to you, every day. If you found value here, please like, share, and subscribe for more stories that honor your body and soul. Your best nights and days are waiting just beyond the next breath. Until next time, move well, love deeply, and live fully.